Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am back with another video. Today's video topic is on why you are not seeing any of your gains, why you are not seeing any of that work you're putting in the gym. Okay, you need to understand that there are many factors that go into this. Okay, it's a very broad spectrum of things that can contribute to you not seeing any results. So this is beginner friendly. I'm going to give you a couple of things that you should look out for, a couple of boxes that you should be ticking, and eventually you should be seeing some decent results. Okay, so the number one thing is your workout frequency. How often are you working out? Okay, it's one thing to not work out enough. It's another thing to work out too much. Okay, if you are constantly hitting the same body parts and not giving them time to recover, they won't grow. It's a simple fact. Okay, your body needs that time to rebuild that muscle, because what you're doing in the gym is you are causing micro damage. Okay, you are making tiny tears to that muscle. Okay, so what happens when you recover? When you go to sleep, when you get enough nutrition, your body rejuvenates. Okay, your body rebuilds at those little micro tears, and over time you'll see a bigger muscle belly. Okay, over time the muscle will grow, the muscle will adapt, the muscle will get bigger. Okay, so understand that you can't be hitting the same groups of muscles all the time. You need to give them time to rest. For beginners, 3 times a week, working out 3 times a week should be fine for you. Okay, if you're an intermediate, or if you are very much into lifting, you've been lifting for a little while, 5 times a week or even more is okay. But you need to understand that your program that you worked out needs to work with that level. Okay, your body adapts very fast, which is a good thing. But once you just started lifting weights, I know that it's kind of in your mind to want to catch up, to want to be where everybody else is, but understand that your body's not ready necessarily to handle that kind of work. Okay, so you end up overtraining and you end up hurting your results. Okay, so you need to be patient, and you need to understand that whatever level you're at right now, your body needs to recover first before you can move on with the next part of training. Okay, maybe do a split, hit upper body one day and then hit lower body the next day, or do a push and pull. There's many different things you can do, but just make sure that you are not overtraining a group of muscles. Let them rest. Okay, the next point I'm going to go into is having too little sleep, too little quality sleep, if I might add. Because it's one thing to go to bed at 10 o'clock and wake up at 6. That is 8 hours of sleep, but that's not actual 8 hours of sleep. Because understand, your body still takes a couple minutes to fall into sleep, and that is not the part where your body rejuvenates itself. Okay, I'm sure you are familiar with REM sleep. That's where your dreams happen. That's when rapid eye movement happens, your body twitches, and your body rejuvenates itself. It's in those small increments. It's not all the time. So I've got a tracker that tracks my sleep, and normally sometimes I get 10 hours of sleep. I'm lucky enough to be in that position, but I'd only have 7 or 8 hours of quality sleep, actual sleep, where the body is actually recovering. Okay, you need to understand that not everybody is able to have that in their timetable as well. But what that means for you, having too little sleep, what that means for you is your body's not able to recover as good as it can. Okay, you're not able to see those results as best as possible. So maybe you can get in some power naps during the day. Maybe you can go to sleep a bit earlier. I think that's the best option. That's the only viable option nowadays. So you're going to have to sacrifice when it comes to that. But if you are getting enough sleep, you do feel well rested, you should be okay. You should be fine. Okay? The next thing that you could or could not be doing is regressive overload. Every week, you should try and aim to go for one more rep, maybe even one more set, or maybe go heavier. Okay, you need to keep your workouts challenging. If you've been lifting the same weight, doing the same exercises for the past few weeks, you are not seeing any growth. It's no wonder. It's because you're doing that. You are not making yourself uncomfortable. You're not challenging yourself anymore. The muscles need stimulation to grow. And your muscles, like I said earlier, they adapt pretty fast. It's one of the wonders of being a human being. We are very capable when it comes to adapting. But that being said, we need to constantly give our body that challenge. Okay, we need to constantly up the load, up the intensity, and that's how we get bigger. Okay, that's how we grow from one point to the next. The next thing is, are you training for hypertrophy specifically? Okay, it's one thing to train for endurance, but putting on muscle is a whole different ballgame. And I don't want to overcomplicate it because I know that there are a lot of novice lifters that watch my channel. So we're going to keep it simple. We are going to train for hypertrophy. That's going to cause that muscle growth. That's the training style that we want to get into. Okay? There's no use in me spending 2 hours on the treadmill unless I'm overweight and I'd like to cut that weight down. But if your aim is to put on muscle and you are in a caloric surplus and you are a decent body fat percentage, you shouldn't be doing that much cardio. Cardio is good for the heart. It's good for your body. But once you start eating those calories that you could have been using to build muscle, that's where it becomes a problem. But once you start eating away at the muscle that you've been building, working so hard to build, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay, understand that. Your lifestyle and the amount of stress you have in your life is another contributing factor. Okay, there's a lot of things that goes into it, but that's kind of a part of the ball game. You need to understand that. If you are required to be moving around a lot during your job, or maybe you run a lot, you need to cycle to work, cycle to school, whatever it may be, your kind of lifestyle depends on what you're capable of doing. Okay, are you getting adequate sleep, like I said earlier? Do you have a highly stressed mind? Because remember, once your body's under stress, that's a lot of psychological trauma. That's a lot of different things that your body has to deal with. Your hormones are all over the place. You're not able to put on muscle as adequately as someone that's living a healthier lifestyle that doesn't have as much stress as you. You need to understand that. You need to take that into consideration. Maybe try meditating. Maybe try journaling. Do whatever you have to try and lessen your stress and have a higher quality of lifestyle, because it really does affect what you're capable of doing. Okay. Do you play any other sports? I know for me, I play rugby. There's a lot of cardio and aerobic capacity required for playing that sport. But I picked up an injury and I'm taking a break from it now. I think that it's a blessing in disguise. So I'd like to see it in that way, because I'm missing out on that massive amount of cardio that has been eating away at my muscles. So now I can actually focus on putting on as much mass as possible, as healthy as possible in this next chapter of my life. So it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, but I'm choosing to see the positive out of it. Okay, but think about it though. Are you doing things that require a lot of cardio, like jogging? Are you jogging a lot? Are you going out for runs a lot? Are you in cold environments? There's a lot of factors, like I said. If you are constantly in cold environments, you're constantly shivering, your body's constantly using more energy to keep your body warm. Okay, you need to think about that stuff as well. Okay, are you eating enough? Are you getting enough calories required for you to put on muscle? Because it's one thing to stay at maintenance, but to put on muscle, to make it a bit easier for yourself, you'd like to be in this bubble, this 15-20% body fat for males and this 14 to 24% for females, for elite females, for fit females. You'd like to stay in that range because that's where your body is happiest, that's where your hormone levels are at their best, you are at your healthiest, and you're able to put on muscle the best because you've got that layer. Okay, your body's not in a state of starvation, your body is okay with putting on muscle because we've got all of that nutrients to fall back on. We are full, we are fed, we feel that We are allowed to put on muscle. That's the way your body's gonna think. Think about this. If you're too low of a body fat percentage, excuse me, your body is in a state of emergency. Okay, we need to conserve as much of whatever it is we are consuming because we are such low body fat. It's not healthy. You're not going to be putting on muscle because your body's not worried about that at the moment. Your body's worried about conserving the energy it has. So it's not going to go into that muscle building process. Okay, so once you're at that level where your body is happy, where it is willing to convert that hard work into muscle, that's where you start seeing results. Okay, are you getting enough protein in? Now here's kind of the question where people ask me, do they need protein shakes? Do they need to take all these supplements? And you need to understand that the word supplement gives you it's a dead giveaway to what it's supposed to be used for. Supplementation in place of, in case it is not enough, you can take these things. Supplements should not replace your whole diet. Okay, your diet is very important. Okay, are you getting enough protein in when you eat your food? Getting enough carbs? All of that stuff, all of those micronutrients, stuff like that is important because that's where it's built, right? That's where the muscle's coming from. The hard work, I wouldn't necessarily say it's built in the gym because it's your nutrition and your recovery that's the most important part to it. Okay, so if you're not able to hit your macros and your micronutrient, all of those goals, your daily goals, if you're not able to hit those, that's where supplements come into play. That's where they can help you out. Okay, a protein shake is not supposed to replace an entire meal. If you eat a meal and you still didn't hit that goal of the amount of protein you need for your body, that's where the protein shake can help, because it's adding that extra bit of protein that you are lacking. Okay, view it in that way. They are there to help you. Supplements are there to help you. They're not there to replace the main deal. Okay, are you patient enough? How long have you been waiting? How hard have you been working? Okay, after you've ticked all of these boxes, you need to understand that it takes time to put on muscle. You are not going to see results within a month, massive results at least. As long as you can see your strength going up every 2 weeks, let's put it by the extremes. Every 2 weeks, as long as you can see yourself getting stronger, okay, you're getting fitter. That is all the progress you need for now. It's going to take a bit of time for you to see that muscle growth, for you to see all of those results. That's where patience comes in. Okay, view it over a term of years. Remember, we're going to be doing this as a lifestyle. This isn't going to be a fad. We're not going to get fit and stop. What is the point in that? Okay, we want to be in the gym for a good and long healthy time. So we're going to be doing our stretches, we're going to be taking care of our bodies. We're not going to be putting in things that don't belong there. Okay, and we are going to have patience. We are going to follow the process. We're going to trust the process, because we've ticked off all of those other boxes. We know that that's not the problem. Maybe we just need a bit of patience. Maybe our expectations are unrealistic. Okay, there's a lot of fitness influencers out there. I know that for a fact because I can see it on my Instagram. I know that other people are seeing it on their Instagrams, on their social medias, everywhere we freaking go. We are seeing these people that are sub 10% body fat, absolute units. Okay, they have super physiological amounts of muscle on their bodies. It's just unnatural. It's unhealthy. It's unnatural for that to be your goal, because they didn't get there naturally. I'm sorry to say it, but most of these people didn't get to where they are naturally. They could be genetically gifted, yes, but to reach that level at some of the ages that they had, some of these guys are 50 years old and they have more muscle than the guys that are 25 years old. You need to understand that's not naturally possible. I don't care who you are. It's not possible. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. These people are not natural. They're not natural bodybuilders, they are lying. And I understand that because they have a brand to uphold, okay? Saying that you use these illegal substances, these banned substances, it does hurt your brand. Sponsors are going to be less likely to help you out. Brand deals are going to be less likely to happen, and people are going to be less likely to trust you once it does come out that you've been lying to them, okay? It's a big thing. So understand that those guys are in a whole different league, okay? They're in a whole different ballpark. Like, they are playing a different game. Let's just accept that and understand where we are at the moment, okay? What is the best that we can do for our genetics, for what I got? What is the best I can do for my situation, however far I am into my lifting journey? Understand that. Focus on you. Don't focus on anybody else. That's the big problem. That's where body dysmorphia and all of those things come in. It's because we are so focused on chasing this image that is unattainable naturally that we end up screwing ourselves over. Okay, we need to understand that some of these things, they don't come naturally. Some of these things, it requires you to rely on other substances that just doesn't belong in your body. Okay, it's not good for you in the long term. That's why some of these bodybuilders, they cycle. Okay, cycle. They don't keep on using the stuff because it's not good for them. Cycles. They use it periodically. Okay, cycling on and cycling off. I'll make a video of going into more depth about it because it is a broad topic once again. But if you ticked off all of these boxes, you should be fine. Okay, you should be putting on muscle, you should be seeing those gains over time, and as long as you are in a different spot next year than this year, and that's how you know you've been putting in the work, you've been doing everything correctly. Okay, you see your body weight going up periodically, you're seeing those weights, those numbers on those dumbbells going up over time, you're doing a good thing. Keep on doing what you're doing, keep on putting in that work. I'm proud of you. Because not a lot of people are willing to do that. Not a lot of people have that discipline to get to that level. Okay, understand that. That's 90% of the population that you just beat. Not to say that you got to be in competition with them, but to be honest, that's what life's like. Understand that. So that's the video for today. I hope you really resonated with what I said. Hope you learned something new. I'm very excited for the next video. Tune in next week. You know, if you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment, what you'd like to see next. That's it. Peace out. Stay in your ground, stay in your purpose. Bye.